last year's MVP, Justin Verlander. Swung on and missed, and this game's history.
On this Wednesday night, we welcome you to our MLB broadcast. Adrian Beltre, a powerhouse for his team. We'll see how he does today. Over 45,000, a quick look. Colby Lewis, chalk him up as the starting pitcher. Steve, what's he got in his mind now as he takes a look at Oakland today?
Well, the scouting report against this lineup is if you execute your pitches, hit your spots, keep the ball down to the zone, you can shut them down. And with a quality left-hander like this on the mound, he shouldn't have too much difficulty.
Here's the offensive lineup for the A's. Now, John, anyone in particular we should keep an eye on?
Well, just like his brother Ricky, Jamal Weeks can make a lot of things happen with a bat in his hand. Not going to take you deep and hurt you with the power ball, but what he can do is put the ball in play, use his speed, and create a lot of havoc on the base paths.
Getting the game started, Seth Smith at the plate. Swings on that first pitch, misses the fastball, 0-1.
Foul!
It's hit foul by Rodriguez.
Foul!
Rodriguez fouls off another.
We see that pitch running in on the hitter's hands. Great defensive swing just to put that ball in play to stay alive.
And Seth Smith, he comes up empty with that swing. Strike three, he's gone.
He chases the breaking ball for strike three right there. You got to lay off it.
Here's how the Rangers stack up defensively. John, scouting anyone here?
Well, with such a live bat, you can see why Ian Kinsler got to the big leagues. But bat sometimes isn't enough to stay there. You have to be able to field the ball. He's very athletic. He's great at turning the double play. He's not afraid to take risks out there with some behind the back, glove flips. A lot of that is because Kinsler's so athletic.
And he pops it up. Foul territory behind third. 2 away.
Well, the third baseman looks like he's fighting himself a little bit as this pop-up goes up, but he settles down and able to put it away.
Going to be Castillo now. Look at these matchup numbers. He's hit 245 off the Rangers.
Foul ball!
And he swings and hits this one foul. Strike two with Colby Lewis on the mound. He can waste a couple here if he needs to. That swung on and grounded up the middle. Number 7. He'll throw one to first, and that'll do it for this half inning. And nothing across here in this half of the inning. Bottom half coming right up. Texas will bat. Oakland starter for our ball game. Stevie faces this Texas lineup today. What's his focus?
That's a tough one.
Swung on line to right center field. And the leadoff man of this ball game's on board. See if they get it started early. Get a chance to see that lineup. Let's take a look for the Rangers. Any of these bats stand out, John?
Well, Ian Kinsler hits at the top of the batting order, but he can hit anywhere. He has enough pop in his bat to hit in the middle, that he has enough speed, though, to bat leadoff and steal bases for you. He's become a better second baseman and more on the way to being a complete player than a lot of guys in baseball.
Now's a good time to take a quick look at how the Athletics shape up on the field with defense. Highlights, John, from these fielders?
Well, the shortstop's the captain of your infield, and there's no question who the captain of his infield is for Cliff Pennington. He is the guy. Quick feet, gets him to a lot of ground balls. First step, he gets a lot of good jumps on balls. He makes a lot of plays that most guys can't just because of those quick feet. He's a solid defender who shows up every day and makes a routine play.
Well, they're going to be keeping an eye on Castro right here because they know there's a chance he could run.
Foul ball!
Got him. One away.
Now, K-Cam's going to show us a good look at this slider.
He takes a cut on this pitch down and in the zone, but just unable to pick it up.
You like his aggression on that?
Well, Skipper can't be too mad as long as he's out there trying to make something happen.
Their DH in the box.
Boy, about a decade ago, it was the Oakland A's beating up on the Texas Rangers. Well, we've come full circle right now. The Rangers pounding on the A's right now and dominating the American League West.
Strike three swung on by David Murphy. He's gone.
Well, the slider is his go-to pitch, and it's not surprising. You can see why. 2 strikeouts in a row on that hard-breaking, nasty slider.
So a runner in scoring position, and here is Ian Kinsler. That A's-Rangers series, the Rangers really took it to them, even though it was the A's. Steve started out pretty well in this series.
Well, you know what? 2 series, July and August. Rangers sweep the A's and really decided that division and really set the stage for where the A's would finish in the year.
Good pitch on the outside corner, 1-2.
On this 1-2 count, the batter has to protect the plate. The numbers indicate he's willing to chase if you throw it out of the zone.
On the way. And Ian Kinsler swinging right through that one. That is strike 3. So they pick up a hit but leave a man at second and fail to score. And the Athletics coming up next. And the cleanup man stands in. He'll start us out here in the second. A swing and a fly ball to left center field. They take care of that one.
Well, he hit this one well, but it hangs up long enough to give the left fielder just enough time to run underneath and make the catch.
One down. Here's Kurt Suzuki.
Well, Kurt Suzuki doing what he always does last year. You would have hoped to get back to hitting in the 270 range, but was still able to contribute to the team with 14 homers from his catcher position.
That will bring up Josh Reddick. Suzuki's work behind the plate really is what's most valuable to the team, and if he can get that bat going just a little bit more, it'll be a real contribution.
Yeah, that 237
up the middle. Oh my, that almost got him. I don't know how he got out of the way. Now over to first and safe at first. Close play, not quite enough time to get him. Nice diving stop to get that force at second base.
Well, pretty darn good play right there to track it down, then pivot and get the force.
Number 7 man at the plate. And regarding the Rangers in the West, they started out 9-11, but hang on, Steve, the rest of the way 31-6 against the West.
I mean, that puts divisions away when you play that well late in the season, and that's exactly what happened as the Rangers ran away with it.
Hit hard to second. Number 7 throws on to first. Side is retired. Boy, he's repeating these innings, isn't he? Lewis, another good one. Nothing doing in the first 2. Goose eggs on the board for him. And here's Mitch Moreland leading it off. Taps this one foul off to the left. Little warm-up action going in the bullpen. That's a right-hander up and throwing.
Well, they're going to wait for the right-handed hitter on deck to get announced, and then they'll probably make the move to the pen.
Can't catch up with that swing and a miss, and it's now 0-2.
Well, it looked like he was fooled. He wasn't ready for that sinker.
Line drive fouled off towards first. Here's the pitch. Slider called third, strikeout number 1.
Now we've got a chance to take a look at the slider again.
Got him looking on a breaking ball.
A pitch that moves like that is something that is very useful to a pitcher if he's throwing it with confidence, and you can see that what a weapon that is.
Up now the center fielder.
Well, sometimes it's difficult for young teams to win on the road. In 2011, that was the story for the Oakland A's. They just couldn't find ways to get it done outside of Oakland.
Hut shot towards the hole. That should be a base hit. That will bring Michael Young to the plate. And Steve was talking about the road woes. 50 losses for the A's away from home, John.
Well, for a young team like the A's, still trying to get their feet wet, it can be hard going on the road and coming home with some W's. Well, one of the more under-the-radar players in baseball right now is Michael Young. Every year he seems like he has 200 hits. Every year he's at a different position. He does it unselfishly, and he still is the leader of his team.
Swing and a miss, and he's behind that pitch. 0-1. Very solid lifetime. 323 average off Oakland. It rolls all the way to the wall. He's going to head for the plate. And the throw. He is safe at third base ahead of that play. And there's the first run. They take the lead, 1-0.
You see it coming up in the zone over the heart of the plate. Good piece of hitting, drives that ball.
Boy, if there's a pitcher wants back. There's one right there.
That's good pitch recognition, good two-strike approach.
They're trailing in this ball game right now, but they want to keep the options open. Two right-handers warming up.
Well, they have to bring somebody in who's not just coming in to get work, but let the guy come in and shut the door and try to give the offense a chance to come back.
And it's gone. Goodbye home run for Texas. Their offense is on today. A little distance now, increasing their lead 1-3.
Well, that's 3 consecutive hits he's given up. He can't be out of gas yet. He just has to bear down and get somebody out. They don't want to go to the bullpen this early in the game. This game continued to go well for the Rangers. The offense just keeps attacking.
It's going to be Joey Devine on the mound as they make the pitching swap.
Well, there are days when you just don't have it, and clearly this was one of those days. Now let's see if the bullpen can slow this offense down.
Here's the pitch. Started to go around. That pitch is in there anyway. 0-2. Here's the pitch. Ground ball towards second. Number 18. Throw to first. Gets him, and there are 2 down. Had a double his last time up. First pitch to him. There's a ground ball. On that one, eats him up. But he stays with it. Gets the out. That's how you do it. Nice jolt of offense. Second inning, putting up some runs. Texas leads this one 3-0. Third baseman up. He'll get things going here in the third. That's on that off-speed pitch, but can't connect. 0-1. Line drive. That's foul towards first. Swung and a ground ball to third. In time for the out. And it's Jemile Weeks at the plate with 1 down.
You know, it's always difficult to replace a fan favorite, but that's what Jemile Weeks was up against last season when the A's moved Mark Ellis in order to give him a chance to show he could play.
And a good throw gets him 2 down. It's going to be Rodriguez now. And he starts him out. A line drive towards the hole. And he's there to retire the side. And so Kobe Lewis gets him 1-2-3. Maybe a bit of an ocean breeze coming in Anaheim, about 15 miles from the Pacific. Makes for a beautiful baseball night. And Adrian Beltre stands in. Struck out swinging his last time up. And his throw gets him 1 away. Up again their DH. He was a strikeout victim last time through the lineup. And the first pitch.
one.
Sliders in there, no balls and a strike.
Well, that's a great choice of pitches right there. Not much the hitter can do with that. Just try to spoil it and maybe go after the next one.
Strike two.
That's a strike. David Murphy's going to have to be defensive here.
Well, if you've done your homework, you know how you're going to attack this guy. You got to go with the slider here.
On the ground to third. That one gets through for a base hit. He's going to try to stretch it. That's a really good pitch, Steve, on an 0-2 offering to keep that down and in.
That's a perfect pitcher's pitch. At this point, you've got to tip your hat to the batter. That's a solid job.
An RBI situation for Ian Kinsler. 0 for 1 thus far. First pitch was a strike. 0-1 now. Here's the delivery. That's a strike, and it's 0-2. Kinsler now cut that swing down.
Well, that's a pretty good pitch right there. He got that slider in the strike zone. He got the hitter out in front to swing early.
Down on strikes there. A nice piece of pitching work.
Well, the velocity getting up to about 89 miles per hour, but pretty straight pitch right there.
And the first baseman in. Took a called third strike in his last time up. Now the first pitch. Swinging a drive, deep left center. That'll do it as they put that one away. They pick up no runs on one hit and leave a man at second. Rangers 3, Oakland nothing. And Johnny Gomes up. He's going to get us started here in the fourth. And the first pitch. Fouled off. Hit sharply towards the hole. And he'll step on first for out number 1. Going to be Castillo now. And here's the pitch. Swing and a miss on that curveball. It's 0-1.
Well, 2010, Kobe Lewis was such a big part of the Rangers' run to the World Series. 2011, the hitters figured him out a little bit, a step backwards, but not an awful performance.
And for Lewis in this past season, just was not getting the hitters to swing and miss as often as he had, Steve, the year before.
Now, 4.4 ERA, but you have to give him credit. When playoff time came around, he pitched his best. You got to love that, a big game pitcher.
Well, you can tell right there that the batter is in protection mode. Anything close, he's just trying to put it in play. The fact that he fouled it off will keep this at-bat going.
Now, this ball hit toward the wall. You see the right fielder backpedaling. You don't recommend that because your head bounces around and you can fall, but still able to make the catch.
Cleanup man in the box again. Flew out last time. Hit in the air to left center. The dive, and he's got it. What a catch. 7 pitches and it's done. That's how you save your arm and go deep into a game. The Athletics can't get the offense going. Now there's center fielder at the plate. He'll lead it off here, bottom half of the fourth. First pitch on the way. And he lays one down here. Number 40. In time for the out.
Well, not a bad thought, trying to get something started, getting on base to start some sort of a rally, put some pressure on the defense, but didn't work out that way.
One away. Michael Young gets set. Last time up, triple homer run. Starts him out with a curveball for a strike. Here's a swing and a liner to left center. And that one is in there. His second hit today. He's going to try and test him here. The throw. No luck getting him at third. He's in there easily.
Well, when he shoots this one toward the wall, you know he's thinking 3 all the way. And with his speed, he makes it there easily. Now, with only 1 out, the manager has a big decision how they're going to pitch to this next guy.
Dallas Braden's going to be pitching as they make the pitching swap. Stevie faces this Texas lineup today. What's his focus? Oh, Soto trying to steal.
Strike 2.
And he's going to be tagged out at the plate. Wow, you got to wonder about that one. They have cost themselves a very big run. Fastball swung on and missed, and the side's retired. No runs, one hit, and no one left on base. And the Athletics coming up next. Middle of the lineup, due up. Up again now, the number 5 spot. He's our first batter here in the 5th. And here's the first one. Took something off, and it swung on and missed. 0-1.
Boy, he just couldn't wait for that changeup to get in the strike zone. You can't try to chase it. You have to let it come to you.
Strike two with Kobe Lewis on the mound. He can waste a couple here if he needs to. Line fair down the line in right. That should be a base hit. This one rolls through to the wall. He's going to head for third. And he'll stop at third. That's a 3-bagger. Well, I was already to mark this down on the card as a double. Put another line in there.
Well, he didn't let up at all, Gary. Great effort on his part. Took a chance, but he made it.
Amazing thing is he was able to do it standing up. Josh Reddick will get the RBI chance.
Well, they catch a little bit of a break here in a jam with runners on base, but a guy who not typically is a very good hitter in this situation.
He delivers. Swings, lines this one back up the middle. That's down. The run's coming in.
Well, with 1 run already across the board and nobody out, this has the potential of being a really big inning. Let's see if they can string some hits together.
Catcher up to the plate. You try and rebuild momentum. It looked like they had lost it earlier. Right now it's coming back. And he lays it down. He'll try to beat it out. Number 75. Out. And he throws on to first for the out. Put away.
Now, Gary, you know what? He didn't beat it out at first base, but he sacrificed himself to get the runner in scoring position.
Sometimes those things get lost in the course of a game, but not for the guys on the field. They realize the importance, especially if they get the run here.
You know, we always celebrate the guy who drives in the run, but he's in scoring position because his teammate got a bunt down.
2 away, and he looks that runner back to second base.
Well, as a hitter, you see the outfielder swung around to right field, and you have to think to yourself, if I can only hit it to left. He got it there, but it didn't quite fall in.
So Jamal Weeks thinking RBI right here. Ground out victim last time through. And he's out at first. What an out. So they score once on 2 hits, 1 man left. The A's showing some fight. Number 9 spot at the plate again. Here's the first pitch. Hot shot towards the hole. And that's through a base hit. So that brings up Nelson Cruz.
Well, this guy's always a threat to go. He steals a lot of bases, so they're going to have to keep a close eye on him. And maybe they'll make a mistake to the hitter, paying attention to the runner.
Ball!
He's in his 8th year. A swing and a foul off to the right side. And strike 2. Braden has him right where he wants him.
Well, Gary, in his 2-strike approach, he does not handle the fastball very well. So let's see if they attack him with some heat.
They can't connect on that one. Nelson Cruz comes up empty on the swing.
Well, that's what you love to see from a pitcher. Setting guys down quickly keeps that pitch count down.
1, 2, 3. Can't ask for any more efficiency than that, John.
No, an excellent pitch selection there.
Right. There's a swing and a liner towards the gap in left field. And it's through into the gap. Should be extra bases. He's on his way to the plate. There's the throw. He's in there. Wow, tremendous hustle all the way from first. We're talking about Beltre. Maybe the biggest contribution is in the playoffs. He just took over Game 4 of that ALDS series game against the Rays.
Well, how about that game? 3 home runs for Adrian Beltre, 3 solo shots, and a 4-3 win. So they needed all of those home runs, and he stepped up huge.
And that's another foul ball.
Ball!
Slowly on the ground to third. Number 82. That's one out. And he's going to hang on to it. No relay. So they will not get the double play.
Why make a throw if you don't have to? If they're going to run into an out and you don't have to throw the ball around, take it. Nice job coming in and tagging the runner.
Andy and Kinsler up. Not looking last time. Hit hard on the ground to short. Throws to first in time. That's 3 down. So Dallas Braden heads to the dugout. The Rangers lead 4-1. It'll be the lead. And if you are just coming on board, Gary Thorne, Steve Phillips, John Kruk, as we bring you Major League Baseball here on 2K Sports. It's going to be Rodriguez now. 0-1 the count now as we're in the 6th. Steve, what are the numbers for him on the mound today?
Well, he keeps
towards the middle, and Soto picks it up. And that'll set down Rodriguez. So with one away, here's Johnny Gomes. Grounded out his last time through. Here's the pitch. Swung on, lined over the first baseman's head. And this could be extra bases heading towards the corner. He's heading for third. He throws. Safe at third. Got in there sliding just in time. Nice job on this. Hits the dirt, gets a triple.
A close one right there, Gary. Split second later, and he's out. No hesitation at all. He goes straight in. He's in there.
He's got it swung on, grounded towards the hole. He's safe without a play.
Good hitters just thrive in situations like this.
0 for 2 thus far. And starts him out here. Line shot into center field. And that's in there. The A's will score.
Well, he likes that ball up in the zone. He can see it well. He just pounds it for a base hit and driving in a run.
And this is called manufacturing runs the old-fashioned way.
Well, there's so many different ways to do it. Lump the base hits together.
Up again their DH. Hit up the middle. And that is in there. The tying run is on base. That is going to bring up Josh Reddick.
Well, a big 2-out hit right there. That's his 3rd hit of the game so far. This man's doing what he has to do to help his team win.
But Gary, he struggles with runners on base, so look for them to go right at him at the plate now.
And the sides retired as they head into the dugout. The inning complete for Colby Lewis. He's held the offense to 2 runs over 6 runs. And here's Mitch Moreland leading it off. And here's the first one. This one is popped up to the left side out of play.
Foul ball!
Pitch on the way. Grounded softly to short. Castillo. Throw one to first in time. One away.
Shortstop makes a nice play right here, Gary. Good feet at that position. Gets the easy out at first.
6 slide up at the plate again. Ground out victim last time through. Fastball just misses. 1-0.
Well, that pitch just took off right there and exploded out of the pitcher's hand. Kept it just a little bit inside, though. Tough pitch to hit. Good job by the hitter to lay off.
They're trailing in this ball game right now, but they want to keep the options open. 2 right-handers warming up.
Well, they have to bring somebody in who's not just coming in to get work, but let the guy come in and shut the door and try to give the offense a chance to come back.
2-1 pitch. A ball hit high and deep. Left center field. This ball is way back there. And he drops back to the warning track to pull it in. And it's Michael Young in the box now. He tripled his last time up. First pitch on the way.
Strike one!
And he takes that curveball for a strike 0-1.
Now, if I'm batting right here, I know the pitcher's tendencies. And the scouting report, I'm looking for a fastball in the 0-1 count.
And he leaves that one alone. Michael Young with good patience, evening the count. Hit in the air to center field. And Rodriguez puts that away. That will retire the side. So Dallas Braden gets him 1. And the number 7 batter in the box. You know, to be effective, you got to mix your pitch types and speed. Here's what we've seen. This one's pretty well hit to deep left center. That's 1 away.
Well, they followed the advanced scouting reports to a T. They played the outfielders back that time, and he hit it right into the teeth of the defense.
And the number 8 spot rolls around. Last time up, flew out. He's there, makes the catch. 2 down now. So Jamal Weeks will try and keep it going. Grounded out last time. And the first pitch. That one goes foul.
Foul ball!
Here's the pitch.
Foul!
And he fouls off another one. Smash towards the middle. That is in. It's going to bring the tying run to the plate. Boy, I don't know in that count, Steve. Number one, the fact that he swung's kind of a surprise. I don't know how he hit that where it was.
You're right. On an 0-2 count, you have to protect the plate. Sometimes it's a defensive swing, but sometimes it works out.
Rodriguez is batting, wearing the collar thus far. That'll bring Coco Crisp to the plate. He'll grab a bat and hit here.
They're going to go to the pinch hitter in this situation, trying to get that big hit to bring this runner home.
That one's grabbed. Side retired. I think there's an issue of how much is left in his tank right here. Up now, there's second base. He homered back in inning number 2. And Jerry Blevins is the pitcher as the Athletics decide to bring in a reliever.
Well, in the late innings now.
There's a swing towards the hole. And his throw gets him one away. Catcher up to the plate. Singled and scored his last time around. Here's the first pitch. Slider just misses 1-0.
If you're going to miss, this is where you want to miss. Throw that breaking ball at the bottom of the strike zone. If the hitter swings and puts it in play, it's a ground ball out.
It's now 1 ball, 1 strike. He watched that fastball that was in there. Here's the 1-1. Hit sharply towards the hole. And he steps on first. That's the second out. So Nelson Cruz will try to keep this going. Struck out swinging last time. First pitch on the way. That swung on, hit on the ground, and he boots it. But he recovers in time, makes the play. Good work. Good defensive half inning there. No hits allowed. And here's Johnny Gomes. He's going to get us started 8th inning. And doing the pitching, it'll be Alexei Ogando as they make the pitching swap. First pitch, and he misses the fastball. Strike 1.
Nobody out here in the 8th inning. Strike, strike, strike. Throw strikes, go right at him. Force him to put it in play. A home run doesn't hurt you. Don't walk anybody.
And this is bounced foul to the left side. The pitch. He sends this one in the air towards center. Soto's there. 1 away now. Going to be Castillo now. 1 for 6 lifetime against Romero. First pitch to Castillo. Here's a swing and a fly ball to right center. Castro's there. Roams over, puts it away. And the first baseman in. Singled home a run in his last at bat. Has him out in front as he swings and misses. Strike 1.
2 down. You want a 2-out rally right here in the 8th inning, and you just don't want to put it all on the 9th inning and wait for that to happen. Force something to happen right here. Try to manufacture a run and narrow the deficit by just a little bit.
There's a swing and a drive, deep right field. And that's the 3rd out. That'll do it. And taking a look out there in the bullpen, their closer's getting ready to go. Finish off time.
Well, it sends it.
And it's Adrian Beltre to lead us off. Double homer run in his last at bat. And the first pitch. Fastball too low. 1-0.
That two-seam fastball is such an effective pitch. One, because it gets ground ball outs, but two, it sets up his other pitches.
And that's off the plate. Away. Ball 2. On the way. The 2-0 pitch. A fastball taken for a strike. Swinging a ball pop foul down the right field line.
Foul!
Hard grounded to short. And that one's through for a base hit. Second hit in the game. 500 today. Take the risk, and sometimes it pays off, and it does there.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's a risk. There's no question about it. He got in safely, but I have to consider whether it's a risk worth taking.
David will get an RBI chance. Bounced into a fielder's choices last time. Strike started off the at-bat 0-1. Swings, hits this one pretty well. Deep right center. This one into the gap, rolling towards the wall. And there's one RBI. And he's on his way to third. The slide, and he is in there, safe. Nice job on this one, and if he doesn't go down into the dirt, he's not going to get a triple.
Well, you're right. Great hustle. He was at full speed out of the batter's box, and it was the slide directly into the bag that made a difference.
Now Ian Kinsler. So the direction here, Steve, for this lineup, just stay in charge. Right now they are.
Offense coming to life late here, tacking on additional insurance runs, taking the pressure off the pitcher.
And Brian Fuentes is the pitcher. He's been brought in to take over for the Athletics. Well, they may not have put it away. He swings, hits a ball to right field. And that looks like an RBI and a single. He's going to try to stretch it.
Statistics say that the 0-2 count by far is an advantage for the pitcher. But in this situation, he fought off a tough pitch and slapped the base hit.
Great job on that at bat. Up again now, the number 5 spot. And the offense here is putting on the show. Right now, they're in charge of this ball game.
Now they're taking advantage of add-on time, and the opportunities are there. They're cashing in, adding on to this lead.
You hope the pitcher's a little frustrated right here. Maybe makes a mistake in a bad pitch, and you add to it.
Well, you know, Gary, you're right. I mean, when a pitcher's in a jam like that, you have to take advantage of it. You get him a little bit flustered. He makes a mistake, capitalize on it. Let's see how flustered he is.
Allen is holding him tight at first. Swing and a miss on the breaker. 1 down.
Well, good pitch right at the knees there. He swung right over the top of it and just couldn't put it in play.
Now there's center fielder at the plate. Trying again here. Just 1 for 3 thus far. First pitch a fastball. That's in there for a strike. Swinging lined up the middle. And he can't run it down. He's around third and he's heading home. And he gets there all the way from first. Boy, this lineup, they are hot right now. The chances, they are productive. We will see Michael Young now with a man at second. Well, definitely not an overstatement to say this offense. He takes off for third.
Strike 1.
And he is out at third. What a throw. Let's take a look at that steal.
Well, it came in with a curveball right there, but the catcher does a nice job getting the transfer from his glove to his throwing hand and makes the accurate throw to throw out the stealer.
He deals.
Strike 2.
Brian Fuentes, strike 2. He's in charge out there. And you do get feelings in these games, and the feeling right here is this thing is out of reach.
Well, we have to credit the hitters.
That swung on and flied to right. That's caught. Side is retired. They pick up 4 hits in the inning and 3 runs across the plate. Rangers by 5. Up again their DH. Had a base hit his last time up. Swing and a drive. Deep left center. And he gets over to take care of business.
Well, obviously, winning big right now. You just want to go out there, make plays, throw strikes, force them to try to put multiple hits together to get back into this game.
Now batting with one away, Josh Reddick. He flew out his last time up. Romero's pitch swung on and missed.
But Gary, now that he's ahead in the count, probably a good time to go to the changeup.
And it's fouled off.
Foul!
That swung on a liner here. Two retired here.
Now down to their final out right here, Gary. So, I mean, looking pretty dire at this point. And, you know, but listen, funnier things have happened. They've got to get base runners, though.
Now the first pitch.
Foul!
Swung on, and that's foul back. That one goes foul.
Foul!
Here's the delivery. Hit on the ground. This could be the end of this ball game. And that'll do it, everybody. That's out number 3. This ball game over.
Well, they treated their hometown crowd to a phenomenal pitching performance in this one. A big win.
Would like now to take a look at our player of the game. And Steve, they're able to win this game rather handily. A little bit of home cook it here that was right on for